Hi, my name is Heidi Pina, and this is my multimodal reflection on self-disclosure for my interpersonal communications class. This semester I learned that I'm basically just like an onion, and so are you. Not because we make people cry, hopefully not, but self-disclosure is all about peeling layers. And I know you're probably wondering, what is this woman talking about? What do you mean we're onions? But it all depends on the breadth and depth of the onion, of the layers and levels of our self-disclosure. For example, here I'll show you the social penetration model. So we'll have the different levels of the superficial and the core. The superficial consists of the surface, what we show other people, and the depth is our core, who we truly are, for example, when we're by ourselves. And I know you're also probably wondering, what is self-disclosure? Self-disclosure is the process of telling another person personal information that they would have had trouble finding out if you hadn't told them. Something interesting about self-disclosure is that it can be non-verbal. One of the examples that really stood out for me was that if somebody's wearing a band on their t-shirt, you already know that they enjoy listening to that type of music. Yes, we're back to the onion. And let's be real, most interactions don't use self-disclosure. Why? Because each layer implies something, like a relationship and the trust, and we only reveal deeper layers over time. These layers help us manage our privacy like we're running our own personal security system. According to the communication privacy management theory, I own my information. I set boundaries and I decide who gets to know what about me and how much. Just like everything in this world, disclosure has rules, some based on context and other social rules. For example, we have normative rules, which you're taught when you're little. Don't yell, don't stare, don't point. And then we have our code rules, how we mean what we say. For example, calling someone ma'am might be polite to someone, but to another person, it might not. Here I'm showing you guys the rules formula. In context C, in order to task, one force action. So we're gonna plug this into my scenario. I'm a bartender. In a bartending job, in order to keep fairness to all clients, one must measure the amount of liquor put into a drink. Linking back to the social penetration model, there's the Johari window. So I'm gonna explain to you how these work. For example, we have the open, that are things known to self and known to others. Like I explained before, the t-shirt. I know I like the band, other people know I like the band. For blind, it's not known to oneself, but to another person. For example, it's something that another person might notice about you, like you shaking your leg while you're in class and you don't realize you're doing that. Hidden is something that you know about yourself, but you don't want to disclose to other people, so you decide to hide that information. And then we have unknown, that is not known to yourself and not known to other people. In this Johari window, self-disclosure shifts information inside the Johari window. When I reveal something hidden, the open area grows. When people tell me things I didn't realize about myself, that reduces my blind area. So we help each other out. And all this got me thinking, why is self-disclosure important? I think it does bring fulfillment. I'm a person that loves talking to people. I love sharing experiences, especially because I feel like if I share information first, this will help people feel more trust, and then they'll share with me, want to connect and build a relationship. More of the reasons why we decide to disclose is to build relationship with other people, to gain trust from other people by knowing things about them. We value openness, and sometimes it's even to fulfill dreams and goals. You just want to hear about other people's aspirations to motivate you, or you want to motivate other people, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And before you want to disclose something to somebody you just met or you're not sure, you could ask yourself these questions. Is this the right context? Can I trust this person? What are the benefits and what are the risks? My biggest takeaway from this section that I learned from this semester is that creating boundaries is very important. You can't really just let your information be known to everybody, and I think it's really good and respect your own privacy to keep whatever is yours. And also when the time comes and the person is right and the trust is there, it's okay to share And if things don't go as well in the future, it's okay, because now I've learned the process of it and now I know how to do this self-disclosure even better. So yeah, I'm an onion, you're an onion. Relationships are basically two onions slowly revealing their layers, but only when it feels safe, meaningful, and mutual.